Hi folks, welcome back to the channel, Repotting Bonsai. In this video I've got this Cotoneaster, which is over a rock, which I recently got given off a friend Mark. He also gave us a hemlock, which is in an Ian Bailey pot slab. I've had to cut the wire off it because we've got a few bad wire scorns on it, which should go out with a bit of luck. The rock, which I'll show you once we start the video, I'll bring you in and have a look. So if we stay tuned, then we'll have a bit play with this one. So this is the tree, the Cotoneaster. As you can see, the wire scoring, which we took off. It's not a bad little tree. It's over the rock, but the rock's in two bits. So if I take that out of there, it's just going to fall apart. So what I want to try and do is drill a hole through the front, through here, come underneath the trunk into this rock and see if I can nip the two together instead of just having wire around it, around the top, so we can eliminate that wire so we don't see it. It's either going to work or it's going to smash the rock. But it's worth a try, so let's give it a go. The rock's just going to shatter if I try and drill it. Yeah, it's just all hollow. So if we get it repotted, I think the soil will keep all that in, and maybe get some Gorilla Glue and see if we can stick it together, or if we can hide a wire around it. But we'll see once we get it out and into its new pot. I haven't got a drum pot for it, so I was thinking maybe it's just a plastic training pot. Something like that. Set the rock backwards into this corner and we'll have a look there. What we'll do is we'll get it out of here and we'll go from there. So I'll see if I can get it out and keep the rocks together. I know. I'm going to add a bit of wire around the rocks, keep them together. So in theory that should work. We'll find out. Oh, lovely. It's nice and dry this, so the soil's just falling off. The rocks are just crumbling. Big old chunky roots and everything. I'll get most of the soil off. As you can see, all the roots have just been curling around the pot. We've got one big root here, which I think is supplying most of it. So I don't know if I can get rid of that yet. I get shot of some of these long ones, which has just been left to grow, so they're too long and all the fibres is at the bottom. So we'll start by taking them ones off. That one's curling right round. I'll tear that off. I don't want to tear too much off as it dies, because we took a fair amount of fibres off there, which we've already got our roots and that's set over the rock anyway, so we'll not be creating a nabari where we'll be lifting the tree. That's pretty much where I'll be stopping all the time. Well, there's a big old chunk down there, so I can shot of that so I can sit better into the pot. That one there. Yep, that will do me. Lovely. So I'll get this mess cleaned up and then we'll come back and stick it in the pot. I've got my little booster. What I'm going to do is add wires on this back half so I can tie the rock down and try and help it from coming apart until I get some Gorilla Glue. So just if I add about 3 wires into here, at least we'll have something to tie to. That one. Maybe there. I might not need all 3 wires. I usually use my gym pliers to square the wire up, but it's only thin wire, so I was able to get it out alright. I was thinking if we offset the rock to the back on one side to this side, which will have overhang, and put it in the middle, it's going to look daft, going to look out of proportion. So we'll offset it just to the right a bit, and it needs a tilt up. we'll get some soil in there. Nice and dry the soil's been in there. Yeah, just big scoop up there. I'm just trying to fade the wires through and get a nice, that rope's dead, it's snapped off. Never mind. Try not to trap the ropes while I'm tightening it up. The lad who I got this tree off was the one that gave us the other ones, the cedars and the spruces. We've done a swap for one of the yews I had. What you do with your mates from the clubs and that, you swap. Try not to sell. Right. Get that under there. Over there. I'm just talking to myself. And on the back. So I'm trying to put this thin wire on so I can cut that thick wire off later on once the ropes take hold. I really don't want to leave that thick wire on. But if I get some Gorilla Glue, like I says, that might work out a bit better. But we'll see what happens in the future. Start this out. Don't like that one. Do I? Put my glasses on, I'll be able to see. I'm not going to use that one. Ta-da. This final check before we start filling it up. I want to lift it up a bit. So I'm just pushing the soil under the rock. I'm guiding the roots out of the front so they can fill this space and have more room to grow. Lovely. So it's time just to fill it in. Oh, we'll get it filled in with the soil. I've guided the roots, like I say, out of the front. These two roots here, that's where one just snapped off because it's all dead. So I was thinking about taking it off from that back and just having the one tree and not that root there, that high root, which I think it might look better with a gun instead of having half a root in the air. But we'll get the soil in it, we'll get it watered, and we'll come back and address that issue on there. This is just the normal mix, tree and rose shrub, potting grit. Bad shot like my son, got it all over. Time to do the chopsticks. Most important thing, boys and girls. There's not much root at the front, so I don't need to do the front. But I'll still give it a go just to get the soil down tight. Mainly all the roots is on this side at the back. That's coming off that big one. I'm still going to tighten that down a bit. Yeah, it's kind of stable now. That'll do with the wire. Sorry I haven't posted no videos for a couple of weeks. I've just been busy with work. I was working all last weekend, so I've never had a day off really. On the Sunday, I was putting a new door on for the wife on the front of the house. Scored some good points in the wife's book. The doors from Eisei where I work, you'll find the link in the description. They've got a wide range of composite doors if you live in northeastern Cumbria. But excellent doors. Happy wife, happy life. She might buy us a new bonsai. Not that I need any. It is like making a cake. You know what? I might top this off with Akadama, just for the show. I'm going to top it off with Akadama. I think I am if I've got some somewhere. Oh, that looks Akadama looks better against the rock. Don't know what type of Cotoneaster this is. I'll be able to find out and update later. So I'll give this a drink. We'll come back and we'll address that issue with the rock. The root on the back, sorry. I'm not going to have a gin. It's too 90 degree anyway. It's not a 45, it's a 90. Unlike the last video. But I think we'll take it off, which will be a better idea. I'll give it a drink. I'll bring you in, show you it. Then I'll show you taking it off. I'll give you a proper look at the wire scoring and everything. So there she is. There's a closer look over the wire scoring. I've got an app on my phone called Picture This Plant Identifier. It says it's a Cotoneaster franchetti. I'll stick a screenshot up. There's some more wire scoring in there. There's that route. So it's coming off at a 90. And there's no roots going into the rock. So I think if we take it off, it'll be a better tray altogether instead of just having it in the air. Even from this perspective, if we took it off, it would be better. So I've made my mind up. We're going to cut that off. And we'll stick it in the greenhouse and let it recover. I want to try and get as close up as I can. So, get that off first. Dead all the way through. Yeah, I want to. Oh, there's the wife back. Okay, after removing that, I think it looks a hell of a lot better. As you can see, it was dead all the way up the trunk. Shame the rocks is in bits, but we'll see what happens with it later on. I'll just stick it in the greenhouse and let it grow wild. Once we get the summer here, I'll stick it on the bench. But it's a nice tree for nothing. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't, just please subscribe. And now this has had a drink. It's Sunday night. I'm going to have a drink. Catch you in the next one, folks. Ta-da!